Afternoon all, it's November 17, 2020 and we've just come to the end of the Fisheries Road, about 100 k's east of Esperance, and we're on our way to Israelite Bay.
Wish us luck.
We've got a bit of a muddy section here.
We have.
Alright then.
Looks like there's been cars through there, so we'll...
Let's do it.
I'll put the window up, but...
Sure is a damp old track on the way out to Israelite Bay. The kangaroo paws of Cape Arrow National Park. There's a wattle nut. Well, we've been hammering along because the day's not getting any younger. As a matter of fact, it's 5:38 at the minute. And we've come to the coast. There's a lot of water on the track, so visibility's been so bad I haven't worried about putting the camera on. But we're not far from Israelite Bay itself, probably about 10 or 15 kilometres. Poor old thing's rattling away. We got a bit of an exhaust clip. It's come as a rift. Not to worry. What do you reckon about that? Yeah, not bad. Well, it's 7:15 Wednesday, November 18, 2020, and we found a cracking little sheltered campsite here at Israelite Bay. And we're just decamping, and we're going to head back towards Esperance, following the coast as closely as we can. Well, that's where we are at Israelite Bay. We're going to work our way around down to Point Malcolm initially. The old jetty at Israelite Bay. We came in last night through the end of the Fisheries Road onto the four-wheel drive section only of the Fishery Road into Israelite Bay there, and then today we're going to go back down the coast, as close as we can to the coast anyway. Oh dear. At 100, 200 metres off the beach, camping areas even proliferate. They're all through here. So just south of the jetty. In fact, only a couple of 100 metres away from the old ruins. The old telegraph station of Israelite Bay. Long way away from anywhere, Dodgy Johnson.
Long way away. Yeah, maybe a cellar, maybe a prison cell back in the day. Who knows? Yeah.
You can feel the coolness coming off.
Yeah, it probably was a cellar.
And a few 100 metres further round. There he Interesting.
From 1883.
Well, it's nice that it's all just sitting here. It hasn't been vandalised.
No, nice.
A nice change. Goodness me, eh? The old high chair. The old 45 Cruiser hasn't been anywhere for a while. We're trying to find a very small strip of land between the between the coast and a lake. So we're trying to stay to the eastern side of the lake that runs a fair way down towards to Point Malcolm. We're trying to find our way along this little thin bit of line here, rather than around the outside.
Oh, I'm back in.
But it's proving difficult. Well, we managed to find our way out of the scrub, and we're still on the eastern side of the lake, so we've had a bit of a wind. There's a lot of slush around this morning. Had a bit of rain out here in the last week or so. The windscreen washer reservoir in this thing is busted. It's leaking out the bottom, so I'm having a bit of a battle keeping the screen clean, but we keep on trucking. Perfect for a little bathe there, mate. You stick a rod in, we should go and look for some salmon or something.
Yeah, would have been good if I'd have thrown a rod in, but anyway, chances of seeing a salmon or something this time of year pretty rare. So.
I do believe they are salmon, Dodgy Johnson.
Yeah, I believe they could well be.
Look at the size of the buggers.
Yeah.
We got nothing, we got no scale on the video unfortunately, but quite content with their lot. There's four of them.
Salmon, or they could be Taylor.
Taylor?
Yeah, it could be either or. It's a bit hard to tell.
Well, we can thoroughly recommend Point Malcolm, can't we?
Ah, fantastic spot.
Especially you've got little kids too, heaps of little pools and things like that, wading. Spectacular.
Awesome spot.
And the water's really quite warm in general, considering it's the Southern Ocean. Oop. Where does that go, Dodgy Johnson?
Onto a beach.
Well, we're not turning around, so we better go down there. Well, I'm having to reverse out because there's nowhere to turn around. And back down into the campsite area. Well, there are campsites down here, and there was some back up the top there too, near the rock pool area. Bloody lovely spot with no one around, that's for sure. Paisley telegraph track is temporarily closed to all visitors, but the gate is wide open.
Dunno, what do you reckon?
Well, the only option is to go back up to the fisheries track where we came in yesterday from my dodgy map book.
Yeah.
Well, that scuppered our plans to go as much as we could to Esperance along the coast, but you can't do anything about these things. It's gone all brown inside the car. We've got to stop and clean our windscreens. He's got the same problem. It's a bit bloody muddy.
Oh my God. You know, if you wanted a beige one, you could have just bought one that colour. You didn't have to paint it.
Bloody tent copped a hammering too. You copped it too, Dodge Johnson?
Yeah, look at me. Swag, everything.
Yeah, some of these water courses, shall we say, are a bit deep.
Well, it's not that deep. I tried to skip it, but yeah.
Oh dear. Little wonder why we now have brown Land Cruisers.
Actually, it's not very deep at all. There was a pole there that I've taken out.
Nah, that's enough. That's enough.
Well, the story is I was the first car through and I went to the left, which was the wrong line, but there was a bloody post in the way and I stopped before I hit the post. It didn't matter because I couldn't stop in time anyway. Hit the post and now I'm stuck.
We'll have a little look. Did a really good job of it. There's the bollard. And there's the rest of the car. Looking good.
So yeah, we've got Brett here in a bit of a predicament. Got himself in a bit of a hole, so I'll get all the safety gear on, hook up, and we'll see if we can snatch him out, eh?
Too easy.
Right, just go for it.
You'll lead the way for you, mate.
Yeah, Skippy says, let's go this way. Well, we finally got back to the coast. We've had a few things sent to try us today, but nothing too dramatic. This is Talgan Bay, and we started off the day way over the back, about 80 kilometres away down on Israelite Bay. Talgan River. Anyway, we've sort of forgotten where we are. We're at a campsite just behind us, just around from where that last shot was, and it's not bad. Not bad at all. The campsite's just through that shrubbery. Tagon Point is where we are, or however you want to pronounce it, and we're up just up there.
Well, it says you are here.
And then look at all this free camping. If you're able to get there with your four-wheel drive, which you normally are, except the little bit of that beach is washed away. So it's a cracking spot. What did you say that was over there, Dodge Johnson?
So that's Mount Arid.
It's, yeah, that's right, it is too. Mount Arid itself.
As far as you can see out to the point there is Cape Arid, sorry.
Which is where we were hoping to get to today, except we couldn't drive around that far for whatever reason.
A lot of tracks and so on closed off for dieback reasons and track erosion and whatever else. So calm of, yeah, basically, or deep or whatever you want to call them, have, yeah, closed the gates, locked them out.
For now?
For now.
As we talk on November 18, 2020, hopefully that'll change in the future.
Hopefully.
This would have broken open the other day with all the rain, we reckon. Been a lot of rain around the place. Well, this is our little campsite at Tagon Bay. It's more like a lagoon out the front here, as I was showing you before. And tonight it's the Dodgy Johnson's turn to be cooking. I haven't had a turn yet, but at this stage it hasn't been needed. So, Dodgy Johnson, what do we got here?
We're having a bit of fish for tea tonight. Fish wraps we're going to do. So we're cooking up some jewfish that obviously prepared earlier, caught earlier, not today, just on a recent trip off Bunbury before the fishing ban came into effect, obviously. So just going to take the skin off. Obviously not a whole fish, it's just a piece of a fish, so get rid of these bones. I'll just slice him up into small bits and we'll just so we can cook him up. Alright, so we've just got a bit of fish coating here, so we'll just throw the fish into that.
What fish coating are you using, Russell?
It's just, I forget what the brand is, this comes from Coles or Woolies, just a pretty standard fish coating, lightly seasoned fish coating it's called.
Nice.
Not sure of the brand. Pretty much just put it in a plastic bag and give it a shake up. Just basically just the frying pan, chuck it in and we'll get it cooking. Righto, so that's it. It's all on there, so we'll just get it a little bit hotter and we'll get it cooking and
put the lid. You're putting the lid on,
yeah,
and what temp you got it on there?
It's on medium. Medium to high.
Medium to high.
Probably.
For how long?
Take 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
That's, yep, okay.
Yeah, depending on, yeah, different bits a bit thicker than others, so.
Couple of sprays with the EV, but normally you'd have it oiled up differently.
Yeah, normally I'd have a bit of oil, but we've got to bring some this time, but it's fine. So it's one more turn and it's done. So.
If only we had smell cam going.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Oh yeah, goodness me.
Alright, we are done. Time to make a wrap. Fish. Make it up a bit. And then pretty much just throw in whatever you want.
Looks good, Dodge Johnson.
Looks really good.
And you're going to garnish it with a bit of your secret mayo.
Bit of sauce, yeah, bit of mayo. Salt, pep. And we'll wrap her up.
Yeah. And we're away.
And we're away.
And that's the Dodger Johnson fish wrap.
That'll do it. Good stuff. Beautiful.
As we say in the classics, that is absolute bullshit. Meaning highest praise indeed. Thank you, Dodger Johnson.
No problem.
It's always a pleasure to eat fish prepared by the man that caught it. And Nick for the salad preparation.
No worries.
Outstanding. I never have a bad meal with you two. Well, even an average one.
Thanks, Brett.
Thursday, November 19, and this is Alexander Bay. It's about 20 kilometres as the crow flies around from Tagan Bay, and as you can see, you can camp on the beach, you can camp just back from the beach. Yes, it's a cracking spot and will be remembered for future reference. And these are the little campsites, they're your usual thing, just off the beach.
Oh, it's that magic little camping area, right?
Idyllic, idyllic. At the time of filming, it's $15 per site per night here for camping, whereas yesterday at Tagon, it's $11 per person. Anyways, we'll be back to Alexander Bay with a tinny and a line 100 kilometres east of Esperance, approximately. And I should add that you can get here mostly on the blacktop, so it's not really a problem. Well, we've moved about 20 kilometres as the crow flies to the Bay of Orleans. We can't remember exactly, we think this is called Table Island. You can actually wade over there without too many dramas. Beautiful. We've moved around a bit further to the west. That's Table Mountain again, Table Mountain, Table Island. The Bay of Orleans, Dodger Johnson. Orleans. Sorry, I'll straight back into my Louisiana accent there for a minute. And 100 metres away is the Orleans Bay Caravan Park. Dodgy Johnson fancies an ice cream from the Duke. It is the most pristine day.
Beautiful.
Now, this is the best beach in Australia according to the caravan park owner. Warton Beach, it's about 80 kilometres east of Esperance. Swim time. Well, we just swam at the best beach in Australia, as designated by the caravan park owner. I'll tell you what, he's not too far wrong. Warton Beach, as I said, about 80 kilometres east of Esperance. Just remarkable. back towards Table Island. And this is Lucky Bay. And just a few kilometres further around to the west is Hellfire Bay. Just putting some juice back in the tyres. Mean that we've got about 150 k's, 200 k's until we next see sand. We've got Esperance in the way. Not a bad view from up here, Dodgy Johnson.
Very nice.
So that's where we've been, out to the east. And we worked our way around and into Esperance. Yeah, it's a lovely place, Esperance. Well, it's 6 p.m. and we've moved 125 kilometres to the west of Esperance. And we're at, where are we, Dodgy Johnson? Bungling Up Beach, because we've never been here before. We're going to head this way, that's west. To Starvation Bay shortly. Well, it's 20th of November today, a Friday I do believe.
Friday it is, yeah.
And we made it to Starvation Bay, or Starvo Bay as Dodgy Johnson calls it. We got here about 6:30, was it last
time?
Yeah,
about 6:30,
yeah. Yeah, it was still light enough to set up, no dramas at all. There's a lot more people here this year than there was this time last year. In fact, we were the only ones in this section last year, but it's a lot of things have changed in 12 months, with pandemics and things like that. And we've got the day off here today. We're going to spend the whole day here. Nick's just doing
another night, 2 nights here.
Yeah. And as usual, we eat like kings and queens out here in the bush.
Sure do.
I had a few goes this morning, but nothing yet. So I've snagged a couple of times, had to swim to retrieve my jig. So I'm not throwing 15 bucks away.
Well, a few hours later, about 1:30 now in the PM, and Russell's, well, he's done a little bit of fishing, well, unsuccessfully.
We had one near take, bloody, close to the shore there.
But he hasn't been out the whole time. He's been busy socialising, had a few beers, some wild turkeys. But the whole point about that is that we're on holiday, you see, and there's no better spot than Starvation Bay.
It's a bit disappointing. I'm having a look at boats out in front of us fishing, but that's okay.
There's one tinny. There's no boats. One tinny.
You're right.
But anyway, yeah, Nick had a bit of a tumble earlier, but she seems to be okay. Fingers crossed. We just wanted to say, didn't we, to come to Starvation Bay, but not all at the same time.
Ah, it's a beautiful spot. I highly recommend it.
And this is just up on the peak behind the beach. It's our second visit to Starvo, and we didn't even know it was here, really. this is looking west from the same peak. And more campsites down there, Dodge Johnson, by the look of it.
Yeah, I see that.
The whole world we haven't discovered yet.
There is. I see there's some life ring down there, so obviously a bit of fishing gets happening off the rocks, so that's interesting.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah, a few tie-off points in that as well, I reckon. So, well,
all for next time, mate, all for next
I'll
time.
bring some fishing gear, I think.
What a trip it's been. Israelite
Awesome.
Bay to Starvation Bay.
Awesome trip.
And our last meal of what's been a big trip, not just Israelite to Starvation, is being prepared by the Dodgy Johnson.
We're doing I think it's a lamb, like a lamb, I don't know, brisket or something like that. It's yeah, just basically just a roast, top of roast, a few veggies, snap peas.
In the good old barbecue.
Barbecue, yeah, oh yeah, it's does a fantastic job. And I think in here something Nick prepared earlier. There's
Can't see it, but it's
can't see it. It is actually a
cauliflower cheese.
yeah. We'll peel that back because we're going to open it up anyway. So that will be
Something we prepared earlier.
That'll be delish. So
We eat like kings and queens out here in the bush.
we do.
The early settlers will be jealous.
They would.